Hello guys, in this video we're gonna be talking about variable declaration in JavaScript. So in JavaScript we have three ways of declaring variables. We can use the keyword var, let, and const. But until ES6 we had only one way of declaring variables, and it was using var, right? But there are some difference in the use between var, let, and const. So we're gonna explore a little bit of this difference here. So let's start. The first difference are in the scope. So variables declared with var are function or globally scoped. That is, var can be accessed anywhere within the function where it was declared. And we can see that here in this piece of code. So if I declare this variable with var inside this block scope, we still can see the value of hello here on line 4, because the variable is globally scoped in this case. So if you execute the code, we can see hello. And that here is the first difference between var, let, and const, because let and const are block scoped. So variables declared with let and const can only be accessed within the block in which they were defined. So we tried to do the same thing using let, we get an error. Hello is not defined because this hello variable is only defined here inside this scope. So if I move this console log here, we can see hello. So that's the first difference, and it's recommended to use let instead of var, because in most cases it can lead to fewer errors. So it's a good practice before after the ES6 to use let. So next difference is in relation with JavaScript hosting. So here's a definition from MDN. Basically, JavaScript hosting refers to the process whereby the interpreter appears to move the declaration of functions, variables, or classes to the top of their scope prior to the execution of the code. So if we use var, we get this weird behavior in which the variable is declared on the top of the scope. So here we are in the global scope, and you can like see the value of the variable before any assignment to the variable. So here in the line 16 we are console logging this hello variable, but we are declaring hello only in line 17. In this line we are assigning a value of hello. So if I execute that, we can see we get an undefined, because hello is declared here, but it's not, but JavaScript did not assign any value to it. But because of JavaScript hosting, we can still access this undefined value. But with let or const, it's not possible. So if we do something like this, we get again a reference error, because the using let variables using let are not, the declaration of them are not hoisted. So we get an error. Other difference. So in relationship with right now with immutability. So we talk about let and var, and here I'm gonna be talking about let and const. So const, using const, we cannot reassign a value after the initialization of that variable. So if I declare const here and assign a value, if I try to replace the value or reassign another variable to this variable hello, we get an error, right? Type error, assignment to constant variable. But that's the difference from let, right? Because with let, I can reassign and do this fine. We do not get an error. But that doesn't mean the const variable are immutable. If we declare an array, right, with const and push a value to this array, we can do that without any problem. We get no error, right? We can see the array here. We get an hello. So this, as I said, it's don't make the variable immutable, just make we cannot reassign another variable to this, another value to this variable. So that's the only thing it does. But we can still get this behavior using object freeze. So if we assign this variable arm with object freeze, and we create an array, and if we try to do that, we get an error. So type error cannot add property 0, object is not extensible. So in that way you can make the object immutable if we want that. But be careful, because it's not a deep freeze. So if inside we have an object and we are allowed to change something about this object that is inside this array, for example. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys like this content, and that's it for now. Thank you.